What's going on, everyone? My name is Nick from the Political Youth, and I got some stuff to say. Again, it's been a while. I've been kind of busy getting a job, um, getting ready for all this stuff. This summer is going to be pretty busy. Mitch and Seth have been in school, obviously, so we haven't really done much with this channel, but we're planning to. Now, I haven't really talked about anything since the election on this channel. None of us have. The last video we posted was from the election. Uh, was from right before the election. It was Mitch's rant on the millennials and my rant on the shit slinging fest. And since then, it's been almost 4 months. It's been almost 4 months. So I think we can all pretty much agree there's at least one thing that Trump has done that we disagree with. But I want to talk about like the big things because for me, there's only one thing he's done that I agree with. That's Trump killing the TPP, which was big. It was a big thing. I was down for it. A lot of people suddenly loved it just because Trump killed it for some reason. I don't know what the hell you guys are on. That was a bad trade deal. And he was absolutely right to kill it. Now, stuff I don't like. Everything else. We want to start with his border policy. How he's throwing a hissy fit because all these courts are declaring it's unconstitutional. You wonder why? And then you realize, oh, it must be unconstitutional. So what the hell is Trump doing throwing a hissy fit? He's the President of the United States. Why is he throwing a tantrum? It's a disastrous plan to just close the border to certain countries for fucking 90 days. What's the point of this? It's not gonna solve shit. Just today, I saw my senator from Pennsylvania, the Democratic senator from Pennsylvania, Bob Casey. He's tweeting this thing. So Bob Casey's tweeting about this. I just found out that a young child and her mother who came to the U.S. seeking refuge will be sent back to Honduras today. High crime rates in Honduras, if you didn't know. This mother and child are being held at a facility in Berks County, that's pretty near me, and are being sent into danger despite the child being eligible for relief. This was about 3 hours ago. Again, 3 hours ago, he got off the phone with Reince Priebus, the Trump's chief of staff, and he said he promised they are looking into it. I'll hold him accountable to do the right thing. Then, a little while later, the administration ordered the family onto the plane. There were two flights that could be on, one direct to Honduras, another with a layover. If the 5-year-old and his mother are on the flight with a layover, the admin can still save them from this potential death sentence. If they're on the direct flight, it may be too late. Because they go to Honduras, they're gonna fucking die. They're dead. Now, according to lawyers, the Department of Homeland Security knew darn well that 5-year-old and mother had secured paperwork to protect them, and they rushed the removal. Yup, that's right. DHS likely knew paperwork was in hand and rushed removal just because they could. It's coming from Casey's account. So yeah, that's pretty shitty, Trump. Like, what the hell are you doing sending a 5-year-old kid and his mother, who has paperwork in process, to be refugees back to a crime-ridden country that they will most certainly die in as soon as they step off the plane? That's the stuff going on with the border. Now we gotta look around at the other stuff he's done. He's had some pretty fucking huge disasters. America was this leader in a fight on climate change. Almost a leader. We had, a bunch of Republicans, of course, holding us back. Now we got Trump up there, and he's just throwing us way back. Now, this recent budget, the new budget that got posted, the budget deal that just got passed in the Senate, EPA will not have any staff cuts. I'm not sure if that means they'll still, direct funding out of it, funnel funding out of it, but they're not having any staff cuts. So at least we got that. Other things that happened in the budget is there are no cuts to Planned Parenthood. Good. Obamacare subsidies will continue. Good. Non-defense spending will increase. Good. No funding cuts to PBS or NPR. Good. We need those. No funding cuts for sanctuary cities. Good. And not one dime for Trump's wall, which is great. Because Trump's wall is a waste of money. It's one of those things like if the wall was there, we'd be like, why do we have this? This wall would do nothing. It would fucking cost a fortune to keep working, to keep it up to date, and I don't know, the new walls technology, cleaning it, making sure it's not crumbling. It's absolutely the stupidest project he could hope for. I mean, there's no point for this fucking wall. It's bizarre. Speaking of no point, there's pretty much no point in turning on the White House press briefings. I don't know if any of you saw on May 2nd, Tuesday, May 2nd, Sean Spicer basically ran out like a little bitch. Yeah, he had, okay, so I'm reading this now from the Washington Examiner. Uh, it says, he was hosting the briefing, but he gave a few announcements on the president. He turned the briefing over to the Secretary of Homeland Security, John Kelly, and White House Budget Director Mick Mulvaney to discuss and answer questions related to the spending bill passed by Congress. I remember this. Mulvaney was up there, and he just kind of left. You know? He just kind of left. Didn't take any questions. Probably because he knew he was going to get some fucking questions that he didn't want to answer. So, what's the point of him being there again? He's a buffoon. Talks like a buffoon. Acts like a buffoon. The answers he gives were given by buffoons. He's a total idiot. Which, in honesty, his, bumbling idiocy is perfect representation of Trump's administration. You know what I also want to talk about? This guy, Colbert. Stephen Colbert from the Colbert Report. I think that's what he's fucking coming from anyway. He's doing all this roast stuff on Trump, and they're like, oh, fire Colbert. I can't fucking say it. That's fucking ridiculous. Fire him? He said exactly what every reasonable person is thinking. If you're not thinking that, then I've got news for you. You're not a reasonable person. No offense. No, that's offense intended. I don't see how you can't see this man as reasonable. Trump's a fucking idiot. He's a puppet. He's a buffoon. See, don't fucking fire Colbert. He's fucking right. And what you want to make it against the law to make fun of the president? Because a lot of these people were making fun of Obama fucking a year ago, and I didn't see anyone saying, "Oh, we need a law against making fun of Barack Obama." No, so we don't need a law against making fun of Trump. If Trump's too much of a baby to handle criticism, not even criticism, if Trump's too much of a baby to handle a bunch of fucking jokes, especially with the amount of publicity that he's had by this point, then you know what? He's just fucking a crybaby, and he'll be that way forever because he's already fucking 70 years old. Oh, I want to talk about what happened at STEM Academy near me. I had some friends who went there. I had some friends who graduated from there. This dude, Zach Ruff, looks out his window and he sees, oh shit, there's two people, a 19-year-old dude and a 16-year-old girl, standing around outside the school on public property, albeit, grotesque signs. And they're protesting the Holocaust of abortion in America. Total fucking overstatement, by the way. Zach Ruff goes out there. He takes the bait. I don't blame him. People are saying he shouldn't have done that. He's an idiot because they had a camera ready. No. I look at this video and I see this is exactly how I want teachers to be. Fighting for their students, to protect their students, even though they know they're going to get shit all over on. Zach Ruff absolutely made the right decision. Maybe he was a little aggressive, but you know what? He was defending his students. He's an assistant principal. He was defending his students from this bullshit. He was protecting them from shit they did not have to see or hear. They just took the part of where Zach Ruff comes out and fucking yells at them, which I would do too. I would say, get the fuck out of here. No one wants to hear this shit. Go protest somewhere else. Go to Planned Parenthood. They expect protesters all the fucking time. Don't go to a science school and protest shit like this with horrible shit like this. Anyway, that's all for this week's video. Hope you enjoyed. A lot of shit going on. I'll try to, thumbnail or, I don't know, fucking list it all in the title. So that's all for now. We'll see you next week with a fucking news update. I don't know what I'm doing. This might be a regular thing. Who knows? I'll see you fucking next week. Bye.